Hello and welcome to another update video about FET. Yeah, I know the chart is getting boring. And people are losing interest in corrections. The thing is though, this is actually the time to pay attention. I always have to laugh when views are going down in corrections because this is actually the time to prepare. Okay, in our last member live stream last Sunday, I talked about some of the mistakes traders make, and one of the mistakes is inactivity. Okay, not engaging in the markets when it might be boring because it's just not very exciting then, but it's actually the time to be excited. A lot of people are waiting for pullbacks. When they finally come, they switch off. That's crazy. Okay, so I know not everybody, you're still here. So the thing is, it's still time to watch the charts, even though it's boring and not much is changing, but it's worth watching for the first signals that maybe trends are shifting, trends are changing, or not necessarily changing, but that the trend is continuing actually to the upside after this pullback is finished. So at the moment, the pullback is likely not finished. And, we often look for pullbacks because, I like to buy in pullbacks, but also it's generally, I think, one of the most intelligent ways of trading with Elliott wave for most people, most suitable for most people. Yeah, not for everybody. Some people just don't like buying in pullbacks. It's an emotional thing as well. Some people feel a bit scared buying in pullbacks, or they just don't feel comfortable because it's like catching the falling knife, even though it's not really like that because you do it with a plan and clear parameters and position size management. Nevertheless, this is the time, I think, to be very much interested in the markets, not to switch off because, essentially when it's finally moving, people feel sidelined. Okay, so I just want to emphasize what the relevant parameters are, that I am in favor of trend continuation at the moment. I will continue to do so, and I will continue to focus on further upside trend continuation as long as the $1.28 support level is holding. That's the 50% Fibonacci retracement. As long as that level is holding, I don't see any reason to maybe become more bearish or something. There's no reason for it because this is all covered by the currently bullish, two scenarios actually I'm covering, okay? So there is the white scenario in which the price could get one more high in wave 5 of C of 3, so a larger degree third wave. This should reach, ideally $4.72 plus, and then we could get a larger degree fourth wave. Well, that would be quite a substantial pullback most likely, but it takes one more high to complete this third wave, in my opinion. Because at the moment it wasn't long enough. So 333 is the next resistance, and then 472. And from there I would be watching for a fourth wave pullback, and then one more last high possibly that could drive us to 840 or maybe even 1260. Essentially there's no limit really. Okay, so as long as the trend is up, I will offer support levels only when we are in a target range, and then support breaks. That would be a first signal that really a substantial top has formed. Looking at the other scenario, that's the yellow count, it's more aggressively bullish, and that is valid as long as the $1.62 level is holding. As you can see, we would go up more directly without any deeper pullbacks. I'm very much skeptical about this one, but it's possible. I just don't have a very, very good read of the microstructures. It's a bit ambiguous. Therefore, I want to present both opportunities, but both are bullish. Yeah, both alternatives, but both are bullish, and it's just a matter of how deep is the pullback going to be that the market is offering. And at the moment, we are still in this pullback, but we are moving in a descending broadening wedge. These tend to break to the upside, like let's say normal descending wedges. Of course not guaranteed, but they tend to break to the upside. What I cannot rule out is one more last dip to the downside to complete here the C wave of Y of 2. Next support levels are $2.06 and then $1.86. Then we've got $1.62. So there is confluence around the $2.06 level. And there is Fibonacci confluence, which means there are several Fibonacci levels that meet around $1.60. So these should be the two main points of focus, I think. And then obviously we have the descending trend line, the lower boundary line of the descending wedge pattern as well. Yeah. Now, in addition to that, what we can do is look at the microstructure, but I would not focus so much on the microstructure in this correction. I've given you my best perspective of it, and I think it's possible that we had a wave W and a wave X complete, and it just takes the Y wave down to really complete. It's essentially also possible that the X wave is sitting here, yeah? So here. and then this is A, we do a B, and then, but it doesn't make a great difference, right? It just doesn't make a great difference. Essentially, as long as we're caught in this descending wedge pattern, I think nothing is changing, and I would still like to see maybe one more dip into the support area. Please note that the support zone was touched already. The price reacted here on Tuesday, that was, yeah, but it's not, the price afterwards didn't go up in any impulsive fashion. In fact, only in a corrective fashion. It's a 3-wave rally. So I'm very much aware that we should still see another low, I mean, sooner or later. But I'm just watching for signals, basically, that this correction could be over. I mean, it's essentially long enough. It's come deep enough. I think I would prefer to see one more low. But as soon as we get a break out of this descending broadening wedge pattern to the upside, that might be the signal that the low is already in there. So still moving in corrective patterns. I think that's very reassuring and supports my broader, still bullish perspective on FET, because if the movement to the downside is slow, choppy, reduction in downside momentum and everything, that's precisely actually what we want to see. That's my update about FET. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.